You need clicker?
What's the button?
I'm learning this too.
Oh,
There you go. You got
there it is.
Okay, very good.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ryan Nuckolls. I'm one of the managing partners of Mothership Mining. We are a digital infrastructure firm based in Austin, Texas, that is focused on developing and operating blockchain-based data centers in Texas. In the last 5 years, over $5 billion has been invested into Texas blockchain infrastructure. Very quickly, Texas has become a leader in digital asset mining. Texas accounts for nearly 15% of the global Bitcoin network. Just in literally the last 2 or 3 years, we've seen massive infrastructure build out inside of Texas. It's estimated by the end of 2023, we will have over 5 gigawatts of mining capacity in Texas, and that number is expected to double, if not triple, over the course of the next 10 years. So very, very simply said, the digital gold rush in Texas is very well underway. Texas has become a Bitcoin mining capital of the world simply due to our favorable business climate, our cheap abundance of energy resources, and our pro-Bitcoin politics. Texas's deregulated power market, known as ERCOT, is predominantly powered by natural gas and renewable power sources, which combine to offer some of the most competitive electricity rates in the world. Texas also offers a vast skilled workforce of over 14 million Texans. We have a huge public infrastructure network, and we have easy accessible ports for international trade. Texas is very well positioned to continue to be a global leader in the Bitcoin mining industry for many years to come. The management team at Mothership Mining is led by myself, Ryan Nuckolls, and my 2 co-founders, Mr. Alan Bozbaz and Mr. Blaise Restovic. Our background of experience includes oil and gas, power, infrastructure development, commercial construction, digital asset mining, and we're all early adopters of Bitcoin and blockchain technology. As a management team, it is our absolute goal to deliver as much long-term digital asset value back to our investment partners via our diversified revenue approach. At Mothership Mining, we have partnered with some of the most innovative companies and organizations in the Texas blockchain industry. For power supply, Crypto Power is the first power provider in North America designed solely to power the blockchain. That is a company that I co-founded with my family office. For energy payments, Synoda is an innovative payment processing firm that leverages the Lightning Network to help data miners settle electricity payments in real time. In the ERCOT power market of Texas, there's a power program called Demand Response. Essentially what it does is it allows industrial consumers of electricity to curtail energy usage during peak times of demand and sell their electricity into the grid. Grid Beyond is a leader in smart grid technology. Their AI-based platform enables Mothership Mining to sell our energy position at a maximum return into the ERCOT power market. For blockchain security, we're partnered with another group that I helped co-found. It's called Crypto Armor. It's an advanced blockchain cybersecurity firm providing real-time data protection and other turnkey blockchain services. For power infrastructure, we're partnered with a group called Power Infrastructure Partners. They are an EPC company specializing in electrical infrastructure with a core focus in West Texas. And last but not least, Mothership Mining is a proud member of the Texas Blockchain Council. The Texas Blockchain Council is a nonprofit organization that works directly with state and federal regulators to help remain Texas a digital asset innovation leader. Mothership 1LP is a private placement fund. Like I said, we are focused on developing and operating blockchain infrastructure on behalf of our investment partners. It's a $25 million USD fund with a hard cap of $100 million. We have strategically located Mothership 1LP in West Texas. There are 4 grid zones in Texas in the ERCOT power market: west, north, south, and in Houston. This map that you see right here is actually a real-time heat map, which shows power prices live. But each one of these little nodes you see is actually a power plant. In the west zone of West Texas, we have such a high generation of generation resources with wind, natural gas, and solar, and not enough high voltage transmission lines, where oftentimes than not in the real-time power market, we see negative electricity. That means that there's so much power congestion on the grid, data miners are literally mining with free electricity at certain points of the day. So in terms of the most cost competitive places in the entire world to mine Bitcoin, it's West Texas and the Middle East. The step up that Texas has over the Middle East is we have a deregulated power market, and we have a lot more optionality and flexibility of how we can manage cost. So Mothership 1LP is an on-grid mining project. We have strategically partnered with one of the largest land trusts in Texas. We have access to nearly 1 million acres. We have identified numerous on-grid and off-grid opportunities, but we are focused on-grid for this first project. The biggest benefit that an international investor has investing into Mothership 1LP, the LP owns all associated infrastructure and revenue streams. In terms of a development plan, let's just say if an investor met the $25 million kind of start on the soft cap, we've cherry-picked a location where all infrastructure is already in place. We're simply just dropping a power pole off of the substation. The utility has granted us 25 megawatts, so we'd like to go out, build a 25 megawatt facility, and simply scale it to free cash flow. If an investor group stepped up and wanted to fund the full $100 million, the utility has actually allowed us to pull up to 250 megawatts of power off of the location. We would have to build out a substation. A big benefit about building at scale in Texas, if you build a 100,000 square foot manufacturing facility, you are sales tax exempt on all of your construction cost equipment, which is a very big factor. In terms of our diversified revenue approach, like you heard, obviously our big economic driver is digital asset mining. We have an expertise in Bitcoin, but we have our big focus is kind of trying to offer some guaranteed returns to kind of deal with the volatility of Bitcoin. HPC hosting, high performance compute hosting, we think is about to be a massive industry. So that's really, we're going after not hosting other Bitcoin mining machines, or literally hosting AI data companies with our ASICs. And then lastly, demand response, power sales back into the grid, which is becoming a big driver of mining economics in Texas. And I'll give some kind of case study examples of some potential returns that you could see owning blockchain infrastructure in Texas. This is a picture of Riot Platform's 1 gigawatt data campus in Rockdale, Texas. This is one of the largest Bitcoin mining sites in the world. Just off to the right in the corner over there, that is another almost gigawatt data campus, about 800 megawatts. That's owned by BitDeer. So collectively, there's a little almost 2 gigawatts of mining capacity at this one location. Each one of these buildings is 100 megawatts. Off to the left, you see your step-down substation where you go from high voltage electricity down to low voltage at the individual substations. So I just kind of wanted you guys to see what Texas blockchain infrastructure is at scale. A lot of people ask me, Ryan, Bitcoin mining industry it's so bad, it uses so much electricity. I completely disagree. I'm an energy maximalist. Bitcoin mining is literally driving a digital energy revolution in the world. In terms of on-grid mining, Bitcoin mining facilities are what we call base load demand in the power business. So 24 hours a day, 7 hours a week. Having that base load demand gives a lot more predictability and stability in the grid system, which is a very important thing, which is why ERCOT welcomes data miners into our power system. This is a infographic that Core Scientific released, just simply showing some of the largest publicly traded miners. I kind of want to just kind of talk about a little bit some potential returns that you can see in owning Texas blockchain infrastructure. And I'm going to kind of use Riot as an example. They just released their end of the year 22 financial results. So this is all public information. You guys are welcome to go look at it. But they also have those 3 main revenue streams that we're focused on. In their digital asset mining business, they reported a 59% net profit margin. On their HPC hosting business, they reported a 15% net profit margin. And on their demand response power sales in 2022, they sold over $30 million of electricity back into the ERCOT grid. In 2021, when we had the historic winter storm in Texas, in a 72-hour period, Riot Platforms literally sold almost $250 million worth of electricity into the grid system and literally paid off their facility in a 72-hour period. So demand response, power sales are becoming more and more of a big driver in the Texas blockchain industry. Oftentimes, a lot of people in the industry have a tough time understanding where we are with Bitcoin adoption and where this industry is going. And I think, Peter, you did a great job of explaining how we really are at the forefront of mass adoption. I totally agree. I often tell my counterparts in the power industry and the oil and gas business that Bitcoin and blockchain adoption is basically where the oil and gas business was in the early 1900s. I basically compare Web 2.0 users as the people that were kind of rolling around in a horse and carriage. And then you kind of have this kind of small group of people driving these crazy things called automobiles. Then as the mass manufacture of cars started to take place, you obviously saw the massive scale of the oil and gas business. Since 1960, which was the year that a little group called OPEC was founded, the United States alone has sent over $15 trillion worth of oil purchases to the Arabian Peninsula. As it stands today, that is the largest transfer of wealth in the history of mankind, and that number runs up every single day. In my professional opinion, in the next 15 to 20 years, we are fixing to witness an even greater creation of wealth with digital assets. And simply said, if you do not own the infrastructure to capture this wealth, you're going to be missing out on a very big opportunity. And so I've been developing infrastructure for my customers at Crypto Power, saw a lot of inefficiency in the marketplace. Blaze was a childhood friend of mine. I was speaking at a conference in Houston, and we kind of came together and said, hey, we need to start Mothership mining. And Alan joined our team, and for the rest of our careers, I'm 32 years old, and I don't plan on retiring until hopefully I'm 60 or 70, but I'm going to dedicate my life to building this infrastructure because we really believe in the growth and the value of this marketplace. So if you have any interest in owning Texas blockchain infrastructure and being a part of this historic wealth creation, we would love to talk to you. Here's our contact information. I wanted to give a big thank you to the Agora Group and all of our MCs and hosts and all of our keynote speakers. It's really been a blessing to be here. We literally flew halfway across the world to be here, a nice, lovely 14-hour flight from Houston, Texas. So it's been a real pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Fantastic. Now we have our last presentation before the coffee break. So stay here, stay focused. Bernard Lau, CEO and co-founder